Hello friends, my name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to the Spooky Starburst class Q&A. Are you excited, friends? I am here to hopefully answer all the questions you might have about the upcoming Spooky Starburst Project Bag exclusive class that I'm honored to be teaching at the next Lindy Stitches virtual event. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, welcome. My name is Kari. I am a project bag maker, teacher, sewer of all the things, quilting, knitting, cross stitching, all the fun. I hope you stick around to see what I've got. So today I'm going to be digging in and hopefully answering any and all questions you might have about the upcoming Spooky Starburst class. First, let's talk about what is a virtual event. A virtual stitching cross stitch event is an online cross stitch retreat, which is super exciting. You do not have to leave the comfort of your own home, and it's just so much fun. The genius mind of Steph from Lindy Stitches came up with the concept of a virtual online retreat, at least in this form, a couple years ago. I think she's on her fourth Jingle Ball, if you've heard that term before in the cross stitching world. This year she expanded it and added a couple more, like one a quarter, one a season. I think she's got 4 or 5 going on right now throughout the year, and the next one is in September. Now, maybe you attended the July Midsummer Stitch event. So fun. It happened a week, maybe 2 ago, but the next one, like I said, is in September. It's called the Harvest Moon Hangout. It is hosted and held September 19th, Friday the 19th through Sunday the 21st. And the great thing about these virtual events is, first, you get to do it from the comfort of your own home in your own little stitchy spot. But she's got so much goodness. Now, I'm not going to drill into all the benefits and the pros of a stitchy event. I will link a couple of Steph's walk you through the virtual event world videos she's got here on YouTube, so you get a little bit of the details. But what I'm excited to share with you is we have collaborated, and I'm so excited to be the first project bag teacher. They offer classes. Sometimes during the events, there's a lot of cross stitch classes, a lot of finishing classes, all the things. She's never had a project bag class. I am so excited to be doing this with you guys. As you know, I've had a couple make with Tiger Lily bags, and we've done them throughout the seasons. And so I think we're on our 4th or 5th one. And they're usually on my own platform, but this one is going to be through Lindy Stitches. And so we collaborated and came up with this exclusive project bag design that is only available at this event. So this is going to be a project bag that we are going to sew together on the day of the event. And I'm super excited to share with you. I've got the kit to walk you through, as well as, let's just look at the samples real quick while we've got the eye candy here. So this is the bag we're going to be doing in class. Like I said, it's called the Spooky Starburst Project Bag. That's because I kind of felt we went for a spooky vibe because it's more of a Halloween type event. And so this is the Hey Pumpkin fabric line by My Mind's Eye. It is a just released this summer, within the last couple of months, product line for this fall season, this Halloween season. It is so fun. So this is bag 1, and we'll talk about this as we go, but there's also the alternate finishing, because I've heard through feedback and just talking with class students that binding is sometimes the scariest part of making a project bag. And so I wanted to take that scary away. So you can see this one is a no binding on the outside. Now it is lined on the inside, so there's no exposed seam still. So you do have to do a little binding on the inside, but it's on the inside. So if you're not super happy with your binding skills, it's okay. It's just covering up the interior lining. Or to be honest, it's your bag. You could totally skip that step. But this is a way for you to finish a project bag without binding or with binding. Okay, so like I said, there are 2 different class options that are available. First, let's start. So the tickets go on sale Friday, August 1st at 1 p.m. Where do you buy the tickets? The tickets are available only on the Lindy Stitches. So this is not something you're going to come to the Tiger Lily shop website for. It's not something you're going to come to the Tiger Lily Patreon for. This is all through Steph's at Lindy Stitches, her website. I will have it linked down below once there's something to link. As of right now, there's no page to link, but I'm sure in the next day or two, it's going to be updated and ready to go on August 1st at 1 p.m. That is when the tickets go on sale. So what do you need to do to get into the class? Well, first, the class is being held at the virtual retreat, the online Harvest Moon Hangout, which comes with so many goodies like speed dating, like stitchy tables, like designer meet and greets. Gloriana, Beth and Anne from Gloriana are coming to do a talk. It's going to be such a great event. Round the clock, 48, more than 48, but not 72. Lots of hours of stitchy fun. Moral of the story. But so step one, you need to get your ticket to the event. This is a low cost ticket for $15, like less than going to the movies, right? You get to go to this. Lots of hours of stitchy fun. That gets you in the doors for all that fun. And that's step one, is grabbing that ticket. Once you have that ticket, using that, your one email, then you're able to add a class ticket to your cart. There are 2 classes being held at the Harvest Moon Hangout. My class and then a great class, gorgeous, I'm totally taking it, held by Lois at Lady Dot Creates. We all love her trim and her finishing. She is the queen of finishing. I can't wait to learn from her. So there are 2 classes being held, and so you can add one or both tickets to your cart when you check out. Now, it's not till September 19th. You're like, why do I need to rush on August 1st? You totally don't. The only reason you should think about is if you're interested in a full kit. If you want me to ship you everything you need in this fabulous Make with Tiger Lily Spooky Starburst kit, you want to be kind of quick about it. There are limited quantities. I'm not quite sure how many, and the same with Lois's class. There's going to be limited quantities of kits. And so that's the only sense of urgency. And then I'm ready to ship these kits out. They are sitting in my family room. I've been making them in my kitchen. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my little production line. Good thing I've got a giant island. I have been making kits for days, and I'm super excited to ship them off to you guys. So, like I said, once you guys get your order in, Steph's going to give me all that information. I'm going to get these things out to you lickety split. Before we dive into the kit, I do want to let you know there is a second class option. So if you were seeing this late, or if you're like, spooky's not really my jam, no worries. There is also a PDF class option, which means you will be sent, I will email you the PDF of the chart. We're going to look at it when we go inside this kit. I'm going to email you the 8-page full color, tons of pictures, pattern for the bag, as well as you will have access to a shopping list. I've created a PDF document with shopping list of all the things. So as we go through the kit, I'm going to tell you some of the things that are kind of fun for the kit, kind of maybe help you decide whether a kit is better for you or a PDF class is better for you. You be the judge of what works for you. So let's dive into this kit. I went and just grabbed one that was, this one's already all taped up actually. So we're just going to open it up. I have to save this one for myself. I've got to sew a couple of them more. So, like I said, it's got this fun Make with Tiger Lily water tape on the outside. Your label is going to be right here, and it's going to arrive to you just like this. So you're going to open it up. And if you know, you know. The first thing you're going to see is hot pink. Everything that I do, I love to make. It's just my signature color, friends. So there is a fun hot pink tissue ready to go with your Make with Tiger Lily sticker closed out. So let's undo the sticker. This one's mine anyway. Don't worry, friends. And see what's on the inside. So once you open up the tissue, the first thing you're going to see on top is the pattern. So let's just take a look. So the pattern, like I said, it is a full-size 8-page full color booklet. So fun. Okay, so take that all to the aside. So obviously I'm just going to flip through real quick. It is lots of pictures, lots of words, all the things that you need to just go ahead and get started. Now, obviously, there's written instructions and there's going to be video instructions. We'll talk more about that later on, and I'll tell you how that's going to work out. But this is the booklet. So if you get the PDF, you're going to get this exact chart in PDF form for you to print out on your own. Now, inside the booklet, obviously in the kit, is 4 sheets. I don't want to give, I'll just flash it. This is 4 sheets. The project bag is put together using foundation paper piecing. Don't be scared. I hope I didn't scare you away. Don't worry. Foundation paper piecing is not hard. I say an adventurous beginner. Totally an adventurous beginner. You just need to know how to use your sewing machine and be willing for an adventure. Are you ready? We can do, like I said, we can do this. I'm so excited to help you make your own bag. So it's foundation paper piecing. If you've never done it, no worries. I am going to walk you through step by step. It's actually 4 different quadrants of foundation paper piecing, and then we're going to put it together to make the bag. I'm not going to give too much away, right? That's what the class is for. But inside your kit are the 4 pages you need of foundation paper piecing already printed out in full color. Now, what is that? Foundation paper piecing, this is my favorite paper. So you can use regular copy paper, totally works. It just is a little thicker. This is more like think of thin newsprint, and so like really thin. And so this is what I use to print everything out for the kits. It's done by Christy Lee, foundation paper piecing. Okay, friends, everything that I talk about is going to be linked down below. So if you end up, and as well as it's going to come with the materials PDF if you get the PDF. So there's lots of different areas for you to grab this information. But you can grab this. Like I said, I will link it down below, and it's going to be so great. But this is what I recommend for foundation paper piecing. Now, like I said, you can always use copy paper. It just is a little thicker, and sometimes it's a little harder to tear away. We'll talk about what you have to do during the class. If that's what you've got, I've got you, don't worry. But this is what is in your kit. It's the foundation papers that you need for this chart. Okay, so what's down below? This is what it looks like once you go into it. Now, what is in your kit is everything you need for this class. Let's read the basic tools that are needed before we get too far. You need your sewing machine. You need a rotary cutter, a ruler, and a mat to do the rotary cutting, right? An iron, some scissors, some pins and water clips, and a disappearing pen. So those are things that are not in the kit, but material-wise, everything you need is inside, and let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see is the zipper, and I include my favorite zipper. I include the one that I use, my Ride or Die zippers, Zip-It zippers from Etsy, linked down below, and linked is the wonderful small business that keeps me in zippers. So if you've ever received a project bag or project keeper from me, it has a Zip-It zipper, and this is what is in your kit. It's my Ride or Die. It's one I'm always going to use. I love supporting them. So you've got a Zip-It zipper in the baby pink. And then you're going to have the fabrics. Okay, so before we get too far, let me clean up my mess. Before we get too far, you're going to have the fabrics. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your binding, right? Optional. If you choose not to do binding, this is just extra for you. And then you're going to have, this is the interior fabric. Let me just pull it up. Everybody has the same interior. It's this sweet little pink candy corn. And then everyone has the same exterior. The back, it's just this like whimsical pink pumpkins, right? Okay, the center motif, the Starburst fun. So what you have inside for your Starburst is 18 strips of fabric. Now, I give you a little extra. 8, because you're going to look at this Starburst and you're going to say, not that anybody's counting, but I did. There's 16 sun rays. There's 16 rays coming off this center, but I'm giving you 18. Why am I giving you 18? I'm giving you 18, one, so that you can choose your center motif. Now, They're all different. They're all not going to be as pictured. Some are going to be this. They're all from the Hey Pumpkin, My Mind's Eye, but everyone's 18 fabrics are different. There's 2 of 9 different prints because I like to have just the offsetting little pairs. So you get 9 different fabrics, 2 of each, total of 18. So you're going to choose one for your center motif medallion, and then the other 16 are going to be for the rays. So that way, and then if there's one that you don't like, in case you want to put, you could always put stitching here, and that is super fun. We'll talk about it during the class. But if you wanted to feature like stitch a fun little pumpkin, I might be getting Steph to chart a sweet little pumpkin. I mean, she can do it, right? A sweet little pumpkin, just little sweet stitch for right there. That would be such a fun little center motif. And then you would just be able to choose your 8 favorite and have your maybe one that's your least favorite and just exclude that one. So the great thing is you have plenty. You will have plenty of scraps. Everything you need, like I said, is in the kit. And then below it all is the foam you need. Foam for the cover and then foam for the center medallion piece. So that is what is in the kit, is the fabric, the zipper. Oh, nope, there's one more thing, and I saved it for the last. Now you will see right here, see this little fun chenille looking, it kind of just covers up any messy stitching for that motif. This is one of my favorite products from, again, a small business, and I wanted to, this is a great way for you guys to try it. Have you ever heard of Chenille-It? It is a fabulous, fun little tape. So this is this 3/8 wide Chenille-It. You can grab it on Etsy, again, linked down below. It comes in 25-yard spools. Yes, that's how you need to get it. But in your kit, you're getting 12 inches. Plenty more than you will need to do this little area right here. But it's a great way to try the Chenille-It product, which is super fun for hiding. It's not really hiding your mess, but it gives it a nice little frame. It is so fun. I love it. It's just a sweet little finishing touch. So that is what is in your kit. And everything you need, everything is right there. So like I said, you have the choice of the full kit. The full kit costs $80. We'll just answer that question right here. The full kit is $80 on the Lindy Stitches website when you're buying your class tickets. That includes shipping. So shipping is not additional. That includes US shipping. Yes, US only. Next question answered. International, we can't ship kits international. If my international friends want to join, I really encourage you to grab the PDF class. And like I said, grab it early. You'll have links and time. You'll have over 6 weeks, maybe even 7, to gather your materials. Now, what I will be doing is something totally unique to the Lindy Stitches virtual retreat platform. Usually. Now, if you've been around for a while and you've done one of these before, you know that you have access to the class 30 days after the class, meaning if you not get behind, but if you want to go back and watch it again, you have access to the class on the event platform. And yes, you will still have that, the 30 days for the live class. Now, what I am doing, like I said, is a little different. And this is something that I tested with my Tiger Lily community just this month when we sewed together, did the Make with Tiger Lily for the Queen Project bag. So what I did, and I got overwhelmingly positive feedback, so I'm so excited that you guys loved it, was what we're going to do is I'm going to email you a link to a step-by-step video. It's a sewing video. It's my tutorial video. If you've ever gotten any of my patterns, you know they always come with full-length, step-by-step, how do you do it tutorial videos. And this one's no different. And so what I am going to do a week, hopefully 2, prior to the event, so somewhere around September 10th-ish, I will be emailing out to the students an exclusive link to an unlisted video. You only gain access to this video if you are in either the kitted class or the PDF class. So in your email will arrive an email from me, Kari at tigerlilyshop.com, and a link to a step-by-step tutorial video. Now, what do you do with this video? You have two options. One, you can start ahead. If you want to sew your bag ahead of class, this is how you can do it. And so that way you can either make one, make two, you can just, if it depends on what kind of student you are. If you were a go-getter, maybe you just want to watch it, get a little feel for, sometimes when I'm making something, I'm gonna watch it all the way through once. It's like reading the directions twice, right? You watch it all the way through once, and then the second time you're gonna do it, you're going to sew it. You're going to do it. So maybe you want to watch the video and just kind of watch, stitch, multitask while you're watching it just to get a feel for the step-by-steps. Maybe you just want to jump in the deep end and start sewing. And if you get stuck, I hope you don't, but if you do get stuck, that's a great place to come to the live class. Now, at the live class day, we're going to sew it again. So that's the great thing. No worries. I will be there to answer every question you have from step one to step, I don't know how many steps there are, but we are going to sew the bag together on the live class as well. I just wanted you guys to be able to have early access so that if you wanted the opportunity to go through the class prior to the class, you could, as well as this was the only way I could give you a step-by-step video forever. As I mentioned, the Lindy Stitches platform has a 30-day expiration, and I wanted something more for you guys. I wanted you to be able to make as many of these as you wanted. Once you had the tools, this was going to be a tool in your toolbox for you to be able to go back, a reference tool, and reference again and again and again. In case maybe a couple months from now you want to make a Christmas one. Maybe in the spring you want to make a floral one. You want to make table mate gifts and you want them to look like this. This way you have access to the video with that email and link forever. You just need to save the email or bookmark it or copy and paste, put it in your secret link file, because that's the only way you're going to have access to it, but you will have access to that video forever. So like I said, that's a little different than how Lindy normally does her virtual events, and I was excited that she was okay with that, because I want you guys to be able to do this as many times as you want, because if you're like me and you're a stitcher, you need more than one project bag. And so here I am, I'm teaching you how to sew one, and then you can make dozens for you, for your friends, all the things. All right, friends, so I think I have explained and answered all the questions I've received so far. Now, if I do get a bunch more questions, whether they're on Instagram or whether they're on the comments of these videos, I'm going to pop back on Instagram. I'm going to do an Instagram live tomorrow if I have more questions to answer. But hopefully this answers all the other questions. Oh, one more question. $80 for the full kit shipped, or $35 for the PDF class. Those are the two price points. Those are the questions. I think I should have wrote them down, but there haven't been that many, but I think that's it. Those are all the questions. Oh, one other one. You're coming back to me. Is yes, remember there are two different bags. In the kit, you're getting the binding, so you either use it or you don't. Well, you could use it. We use it on the inside, right? But the instructions are written, so there's two sets of instructions. Page, I want to show it to you, but on page 6, there's step 1 binding, step 1 alternative finishing. So there's two different options for you, and they're both in both in the printed pattern. All right, friends, I think that's it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get these off in the mail to you guys. I can't wait to see whether you're sewing with me on this Hey Pumpkin fabric, which is so cute and fun, or if you're going to make it your own. You've got a little bit of stash to you. This will be a perfect stash buster easy, grab, scraps, all the things. It'll be so fun in all different themes. So friends, I can't wait to see you at the Harvest Moon. And until next time, happy stitching.